It is Tuesday, April 6, 2021. Here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Running a little bit late today. I think we're going to move the show back, and we'll announce this a few times during the show. Probably closer to this time, to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, at least just during the daylight savings. Those of you that, I don't make excuses, just free picks, right? But the thing is, I live in Hawaii, and our clocks didn't change. So the show moved up an hour early for me. The show was already at 5 a.m. It was always at 5 a.m. Eastern, and now it is at, now the show is at 4 a.m. Eastern. 4 a.m. my time. So I have to get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to do it at this time. So if I could sleep in until 3:30, I would greatly appreciate it. We're gonna move it back a half hour. And then once the time switches, we'll change it back again. But you guys can see I look like I've been punched in the face because I haven't slept since this whole daylight savings thing. And so I think that's what we're going to do. We'll give it a shot. Most of the time, a lot of the time I'm up. So, anyway, but right now, I've just added more and more to my plate. I'm still looking for someone who does like just straight graphic design, not video design, graphic design, just graphic design, like for like our thumbnails, for our YouTube thumbnails that I do. So, to find someone to do that, greatly appreciate it. If someone out there does that, we're hiring. You got to send me samples of your work. A couple of people have contacted me, more than a couple, a bunch have contacted me about video editing. But no one has contacted me about that part of it. And that's really where I need the first bit of help, is on that. The video editing I am going to need, but this I need immediate help. But you guys can see. When you say the close-up, you can see it looks like I've been punched in the face. I got bags under my eyes swelling. I got the whole thing going on. Oh, man, I've never felt this bad. Anyways. Feels so bad, but feels so good, right? Like at least I get to do what I love. But we had a little bit of marshmallow roast and oi in Canada last night. I don't know I think you look at that game and you look at like the Baylor Houston game and people are like, oh, Baylor's terrible. I can't believe or Houston's terrible, and Gonzaga, I can't believe whatever. It's like. It was one game. Believe me, if they played a 7-game series, it would have gone 7. It would have gone 7, and that last game would have been a war. But in a one-gamer, it's who wants it more. And while Gonzaga came out, and it looked like their game plan was to kind of feel them out. Baylor was like, we're going to punch him in the face right out of the gate, kind of like the Mike Tyson. It's like everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, and we're going to punch him right in the face and see what happens. And they would have done the same thing to anybody last night. There's not a team in the country that would have withstood that first 5 minutes from Baylor last night. There's not a team in the country that would have been. It would have even been worse. It's like it's up to even say this. You stick any other team in there, UCLA or anybody else, it would have even been worse than that. That's how that Baylor team is just it was so deep. It was they would have won back-to-back national championships, I'm pretty sure. They would have won it last year, too. Brian, any final notes on the college basketball season?
Yeah, that was the game I was most worried about on my 5-game card, and it was the easiest. So, that goes to show. And that happens a lot. A game that I think is going to be the hard one is the easy one. But it was a good season. I'm glad we got it in. I think Michigan might have given them a little fight, but it is what it is. It was Gonzaga, and cheers to Baylor. They were clearly the best team.
Michigan would have lost by 50 in that game.
We'll see. Maybe next year.
It would have been the Illinois game on steroids, is what it would have been. And they don't match up with them. It's like the little guard that shoots on the outside, the guy that kind of is Michigan's bailout guy. Like he wouldn't have got a shot off. I mean, these guys, Gonzaga. They couldn't get a shot off from the outside. It was like It's not that they were 1 of 9 from threes at a certain point. It's that they'd only taken 9. You know, it's like they couldn't even get a shot off. They were guarding the perimeter like they were swarming, you know?
How about that total last night? I thought for sure it was going to go over. I thought I was sunk.
No, what happened was,
Just
how about at the
snuck
end
right
of the
under.
game, like, Baylor shoots the 3 at the end of the game. Gonzaga gets the ball back. They're coming back down the court, and then the walk-on steals it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a walk-on or if he's just like a reserve or something like that when they put the reserves in. Pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. It's like it was a complete tournament, you know. It was like, it really was. And, you know,
I saw your halftime pick was Baylor +6. That was pretty smooth.
And money line. Plus 230 we got on it. So we hit both of those. And I believe the under, right? Second half under. The penny. That's it. Penny like
today's board looks good too.
Yeah, it does look like a good board. Rod, so the hat is gone. It was Rod was good to his word. Hopefully you guys
I put the video of the burning of the hat. It's in the Facebook group. So
yeah,
in the Facebook group, you might want to join and check her out.
I don't know if I could.
Gonzaga hat is burnt.
I don't know if I could show it like on the show, because I think it'll say like, we don't own it or something. I don't know. Maybe we can. Maybe we can because Rod does own it.
I do own it. I don't know if I can.
Let me see. Rod owns it. Let's see what happens.
There's the Gonzaga hat. We're moving the Gonzaga.
I'm just waiting for him to update his thumbnail. I want to see the new team that's going to be on there. The Maple Leafs is my guess.
It's showing like the whole. Let's see. We'll try it again. Let me try one more thing. All right, here we go.
We got the fire. Fire is burning. There's the Gonzaga hat. We're moving the Gonzaga hat in. There it goes. There goes the Gonzaga hat. Ooh, the smell. The smell of the Gonzaga hat burning. There it goes. It's burning away. Oh, it's shriveling up. There it goes. Burning away. Can't even see the bulldog anymore. It's going away. There it goes. Just like Gonzaga's dreams. The national championship up in flames. Congratulations, Baylor. Good job, boys.
Just like my money on Gonzaga. It's burning up.
And there goes the Gonzaga hat. Just like that. You know,
I saw your halftime pick was Baylor +6. That was pretty smooth.
And money line. That's plus 230. Facebook deciding what I want to watch next for me. Thanks, guys. I can't figure that out myself. Oh man, but college basketball is over, and we're ready to get back into the swing of things. You got 8 NBA games today. I didn't get a chance to put in any premium picks, but before I went to bed, I did see a lot of games I like. So we'll see. Maybe I'll put some premiums in after the show. Those of you that are joining us late, we're going to move the show back to this 10:30 spot where we are now, starting tomorrow. We might even move it back to 11, but we'll see. We'll try 10:30 starting tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. We've moved the times around before, so it's not anything new. It's with the daylight savings. This is the first year that we didn't really move it. We kept it at 10 Eastern after the daylight savings, but for me, we moved the show up to 4 a.m. for me. So it's like I'm starting to feel it. It's starting to get me. Getting up this early every day. Because I have to get up at 3 to do if the show is at 4. Anyways, I know you guys don't care that much, but we will figure it out.
I bet they have professional websites where you can find somebody that's qualified to do what you want. That's something else.
They do, but it's like most of those people are, English is a second language, and I want it done. I want it done how I want it done, So it's like I don't just want it done, If I just wanted it done, that's easy, But I want it done my way, right? So I want it done the way that everyone deserves. What's the oddest thing that's happened to you this college basketball season? What was the craziest thing? Anything out there? Let us know, guys, in the thing. I'll tell you the craziest thing that happened to me is some guy named, what's his name? Let me find it for you. This guy, right? This guy, his name is, I'm going to find it. Here it is. His name is James Turner, okay? This guy sends me an email saying what a great fan he is, how he loves our show, how he's a premium member, and all these things. And then he charges me back after he asked for a shirt, right? This is all asking for a shirt. The very same day I get the email from him asking for the shirt. So James Turner, right? I think it's South Carolina, sends me this email saying how much he loves us and how much he wants a shirt. And the very same day I get a charge back from this guy. Saying he doesn't, that the charge for his premium that he's claiming that he has to get the shirt is unauthorized, right? And it's like, I email him back and I say, you say you want a shirt, you're charging me back. Never hear a peep from this coward, right? It's like, guy doesn't even have the sack to answer me. It's like, who
does that?
What a jerk, I mean, this guy's the biggest jerk, I think, ever. I mean, you ask for, it's like one thing, I mean, there's fraud out there, right? But this guy, it's like, he clearly knows the charge. He's a fraud. What a loser, man.
He probably has to get on a ladder and kiss a snake's ass.
James Turner, South Carolina. Jerk face, man. I just know their word for it. Well, there's another word for it, but I'm not letting Rod speak on the subject. But jerk face is the one we're sticking with.
I don't know. I would never do that. So I would never do something like that.
No one would. Who would do that?
Plus, it's a waste of time. Who does that? You have to call your credit card company and issue a charge back on something.
Yeah, but the thing is that the guy at the same time is asking for a shirt saying that he has a subscription. It's like I'm not going to send that to the credit card company and let them say, come on, It's like, I understand.
There should be a criminal penalty for somebody who charges back fraud like that.
It's James Turner's a thief, man. This guy's just a flat-out thief. We should find out where he works and tell his boss, man. He's a thief. I mean, terrible person, man. What a horrible person this guy is. I can tolerate, there's two things I don't tolerate. One is lying and the other is stealing. And this guy did both,
Yep.
I like that guy's comment. Mrs. Turner didn't approve of the charges.
No, this guy, that's fine. That's all fine or whatever. But this guy sent me an email saying that, right? And Miss Turner doesn't approve of the charges. I could always refund it. When you charge me back, I get a mark on my credit. I get, I have to pay a fee on top of that. It's a whole rigmarole, when that happens. It's brutal. I get charged fees on both sides of it. It's a mess. It's like if there's an issue, if you have an issue with somebody, you contact the merchant, and these guys have been on when we're ready to record something or ready to do a live or something, and I'm on the phone with the merchant. These guys hear me. I'm not always that nice to the merchant or, when I have this conversation with them. But at the same time, I give them the chance to remedy the situation. I don't go crying to my mommy. You know, that's what it is
Right.
when you do that. It's like such a cowardly move, you know? It's just you're a coward. Anyways, what a jerk face, man. James Turner, hate your guts. It's like, and then the thing is that I emailed him back that there's an issue here. And he doesn't even email me back. You know, he's just a coward, you know? What a jerk. We're going to find out more about this guy. We'll let you guys talk to him, see what's up. Because we have, of course, I'm not allowed to give out all this information and stuff because I think that's internet bullying. But we can definitely call him out for being the coward piece of crap that he is. I don't know how you look. I don't know how people like that look at themselves in the mirror, man, to be honest with you. There's a lot better people to steal from than me. You guys know. Got the Pacers and the Bulls, the Hawks and the Pels, the Celtics and the 76ers, and the Lakers and the Raptors. And that sounds good on paper, right? Brian, what do you like on that?
Yeah, I think the best value of all of those is the Los Angeles Lakers plus the 2 points. I mean, they're 15-8 on the road this season. Raptors 11-12 at home. I know the Raptors have been playing a little bit better basketball. Lakers still have stuff to play for. They, where they're sitting at in the Western Conference. I think getting +2 is a gift. I think they win that outright. And I'll take the Chicago Bulls on the money line at the Pacers. For the reason I just think the Bulls are the flat-out better team than the Pacers. But the better bet of the two are the Los Angeles Lakers, which I hate taking the Lakers, but I'm taking them tonight.
Rod, the Raptors not getting it done against the Wiz last night, as far as we're concerned. Do they bounce back here against the Lakers or any of these other ones?
Nah, I'm with Brian. Give me the Lakers. The Raptors have just been playing awful. Whether they're checking out. Nick Nurse says, "Oh no, we're not tanking." Sure looks like they're tanking. And some of these, so yeah, I agree. Give me the Lakers on that one. I also like the Celtics over the 76ers. Give me the Celtics on the money line. 76ers 1-8 ATS their last 9 in Boston. Celtics playing a little better basketball here. I'll take the Celtics on the money line at home in that one. And I agree. Give me the Bulls over the Pacers. Bulls are getting healthy and starting to become the cover machine again. Give me the Bulls.
I like the Sixers against the Celtics. I think that there's a lot more to this game than just this 1-8 and all this other stuff. This is a long time rivalry game. These are two teams that really hate each other, like for way back. And I mean, you could Google it, and there's a picture of Dr. J's got Larry Bird by the jersey, just ready to crack him. It's a very famous thing that happened. I mean, these teams really hate each other's guts. I mean, this Dr. J and Larry Bird fighting, out on the court. It's like it'd be like Gretzky and Mario Lemieux dropping the gloves or something. It's like it's really the equivalent of that, or. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning dropping the gloves and fighting it in the middle of the ice. The middle of the football field. It's like basically that. It'd be the equivalent of that. That's how much these teams hate each other's guts. I think that the Celtics have had the upper hand on the Sixers in a lot of those series, in a lot of those games. I think it's payback time in Boston for the Sixers. I think they are the way better team this year. And I think the Celtics don't have the guns to run with them. And I think Joel Embiid sat out that last game because of this game. And this is the one they want. They know if they want to go over the hump and be the team of the team and be the Eastern Conference champions, these are the games you have to win. These are the ones, It's like it's one thing to be a good playoff team and you win your home games and then you win some games, against some good teams on the road and, you drop games like this and it's excusable because it's a rivalry game and the Celtics are good and all that other stuff. But if you want to be the best of the best team, you got to be able to go into their building and bust them up. And I think that's what the Sixers are going to do here. I think that's it. I think that's, I don't know. It's one of those games. Brian, what are they saying in Philly about this thing? I'm sure it's a big game, right? This is a big game.
Definitely, it's been a big time. I've gone to see many Celtics Sixers game, and I don't normally say this, but I think in this this game, you have to just take who you think the better team is. If you think Boston's the better team, then back Boston. But I just think you're getting an incredible deal here with the 76ers. It just would be, to me, it's insane to take Boston. I mean, they have the better trends, but I don't think that plays out in the court tonight.
The long-term trends on Boston are good. The short-term trends on the Sixers are better. And don't let that game against the Timberwolves where they let them, I don't know what they were doing at the end of that game fool you. And I wouldn't let that Memphis game where they sat Embiid, I wouldn't let that fool you either. I would look at some of these other games and say.
Normally I'm a guy that says, oh, take Boston. This line looks too easy. But in here, I'm just going to go with the easy factor here.
And when you look at the Celtics wins, they do have that win against the Bucks in the back half of the and the Celtics just match up really well with the Bucks. That's what they're built for. But their wins are against Houston, Orlando. I think they're in trouble here. So we'll find out tomorrow on this one.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I don't think the Zags left it all on the floor in the UCLA game. I think the Zags had a hell of a season, man. They were the best team in the country, or second best team in the country all season, and there's no team in the country that would have beaten Baylor last night. There's no team that would have beat them. It really didn't matter who it was. It's kind of like when the Ravens won the Super Bowl, or when the Giants won the Super Bowl against the Patriots the second time, right? So they interviewed Ray Lewis after the game, or not after the game, like a week later, right? Ray Lewis, this guy's a serious competitor, right? His team didn't score a touchdown for 6 weeks. They won the Super Bowl. He was the MVP. He willed them on his back. A linebacker. They asked him a week after the game, they said, you guys had this controversial call against the Patriots, and then they kicked the field goal to end the game to knock you guys out of the playoffs. Do you ever think, what would have happened, if that call didn't go that way, or they missed that field goal or whatever? And he said, we could have won that game by 35 points. No one was going to beat the Giants this year. It's like they were just, he's like, it wasn't going to happen. He's like, they just had it dialed in, and that was it. And it was the same thing last night for Baylor. No one was going to beat them. I did, on a side note, Aaron Rodgers hosting Jeopardy. Awesome. And the thing about him,
right?
I love that the guy who lost, the guy who was the champ, and he didn't know the answer to the final question. He just wrote it the thing. He's like, whose decision was it to kick that field goal in the playoff game? The guy wrote that in the box. He's like, was it your decision to kick that field goal? It was funny, Aaron Rodgers, he was like, they've had a lot of guest hosts on. I have to say, he's easily the best or second best of those hosts. He's actually really good at it. But he's a smart guy. He won Celebrity Jeopardy. He went to Cal. He is a smart guy. Anyways,
I don't care for him.
I'm on the sick. It doesn't matter, but he's actually, he's actually a super smart guy. He won Celebrity Jeopardy. But I thought it was great that the guy wrote in the thing, it's like, whose decision was it to kick the field goal? Aaron Rodgers like, it wasn't mine. That's for sure. He's like, I don't know whose decision it was, but it wasn't mine.
What field goal?
The playoff game against the Bucks. Remember, they were down by 2 touchdowns, and and it was like 5 minutes left to go in the game, and they were like on the 8-yard line, and they kicked the field goal. Remember that?
Yeah, I probably had the Buccaneers. I don't know.
Yeah, you probably did, but it's, what I'm saying? It's like it was like the Packers were in a situation where it's like they needed 2 touchdowns, and 5 minutes left to go in the game, they kicked the field goal. Didn't make any sense at all. They were on the 8-yard line. I'm with you guys on the Lakers, but I'm a little less with it than you guys maybe are. I like the Pacers, not the Bulls. The Pacers have gone from -1.5 to +1. Someone must be out.
Yeah, it just looks like they're begging you to take the Pacers at home here.
Brogdon probably going to be out.
We'll see how it looks later in the day.
Sabonis, Brogdon.
Probably out.
Yeah.
Playing. They got a list for.
They got issues, but the Bulls, since the trade, have not been so good, so I still kind of like the Pacers there. I'm surprised Brian doesn't like them because they look super out of favor here. You got the Heat against the Grizz. Of course, the Grizz have that major issue right now. Nuggets against the Pistons, Warriors against the Bucks, and the Clippers against the Blazers in what I call the feature game of the night. I think we got two feature games, right? The Celtics, Sixers, and then this is like the late feature game, right?
Yeah, for me in that window game, I'm going to go with the Miami Heat. They lost 6 in a row, and then they won 4 straight. Grizzlies are just over that couple games over 500 where they usually start losing. They're off that big 16-point win against the Sixers. I just think the Heat get it done here and cover that number, win by 8 or 9. And then I like the Golden State Warriors plus the points against Milwaukee. Just seems like a little bit too many points here for Milwaukee on the road. I know they've been excellent, but Golden State Warriors lost a bunch, 3 straight? I think they come to play tonight and cover the spread.
And for me, I like. I'm with you. Give me the Heat. Playing better hoops. Good spot for the Heat to win. Grizzlies haven't fared so well the last 5 meetings in Miami. 1-3-1 in their last 5 in Miami. 2-5 the last 7 versus the Heat. I'll take the Heat in that one. I like the key game. I'll take Portland plus the points. I think that's too many points against the Clippers. Portland's always a scrappy bunch. Come to battle. So give me Portland in that one. And I think the Bucks just pick the snot out of the Warriors. I'll take the Bucks.
Bucks looks too easy. Isn't it true?
I know it does look too easy. But I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to take the Bucks.
The Pistons Nuggets is another weird one. It's just like, stay away from that thing.
Yeah, that's not.
I like
too many other opportunities.
Yeah, I like the Blazers there against the Clippers. They play in a lot of tight games. It seems they're a lot closer in the standings than people give them credit for. The Clippers, they're kind of like the blown up, public team. 33-18. The Blazers are 30-19. They are only 1 game back in the loss column. And Lillard's been out. They've missed a bunch of guys. McCollum was out for like a month. Here they are. They're only a game behind. Way stronger position than they were last year. I added this thing to the microphone. Hopefully less popping. I was listening to the videos and I'm like, man, they're really popping. It's like no one said anything to me. You guys will complain about some stupid pick I make, but it's like to tell me that my videos are popping.
I thought there was something different about you today.
Yeah, I got this. I put this foam thing. I was looking. I'm gonna maybe get. It's either gonna be a screen or use this thing, but it's like that popping. It's like, why didn't anyone tell me? Because I keep my mic right here so people can hear me. You guys, your mic is a little too far away from you. You're supposed to have it like this. Like, do you ever see a singer? They got it right in there. You hear how much better it sounds when I do this? It's like the singers. You ever see they almost have it halfway down their throat.
Well, yeah, because it's probably your mic only covers a certain little area around where you are. If you don't have it right in front of you, not going to grab it.
Yeah, the closer you get to the mic, the better it sounds. I mean, that's just the way that it is. But mine was popping, so it's like no one said anything to me. Not one person.
I didn't hear any popping.
Yeah, it was so obvious. Brian, what are you selling today?
Well, off a 4-1 monster day yesterday, I ran my NBA winning streak up to 8 straight games. 8-0, last 8 for me. So if you want my best bet, get my NBA Tuesday no limit investment for $30 at pickdogs.com, or you can get my no limit 3-pack, 2 NBA, 1 Major League Baseball. I try to run my NBA record up to 10-0 today. So pick that up for $40 at pickdogs.com. Premium picks.
Rod?
Even with the Gonzaga loss, we still had a nice winning day yesterday. So today we've got Top Shelf Tuesday. I got a 5-pack there. 3 MLB, 1 NHL, 1 NBA. Love these 5 plays today. If you just want my MLB, which is start off nice and hot, I've got an MLB bird cage over there, which is all 3 MLB plays in one package. You can get either or over at Pick Dogs Premium. Jump aboard. Been on fire. Heating up.
Nice. If you haven't done so already, check out the YouTube Premium. I think yesterday we had a nice little bounce back day. I know I lost my early play, but I hit both of my late plays, and one of them was a big ass dog.
2 and 1 if you count the Baylor.
Yeah, 2 and 1 for me if you count Baylor. So
Marlins got me again. Yeah, my only loss was the Marlins.
I took the Indians early. I did not love that game. I just wanted to give out one of the early ones, you know. But my late play and late play strategy, money. That strategy I gave out, money, straight cash. And hopefully you guys saw the game because it is straight cash.
I think if you sold your halftime picks on one of those, you'd make a couple million. The way you hit them
on my half times. Yeah, I think I'm going to add. I think not only that, it would also cut down the trolls, the halftime trolls. So I'm thinking.
I mean, how can anybody complain about it? It's crazy.
Well, because it's only going to be like once or twice a week, right? So that's what. Or 3. It'll be 3 times a week in football. That's why people complain. But I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. It's not like. I probably am going to do that. And I think I'm going to add something else to that too. I'm thinking someone sent an email suggesting that for a third tier, to do Pick Dogs, you know, and just do a top money line dog. In addition, and at an extra $50 a month, that's a steal.
Oh, instead of posting your dog of the day, you could always put it up.
Yeah, I'm moving away from the Sports Chat YouTube channel. I'm trying to figure this all out. I think I'm just going to put everything on the Pick Dogs channel. And I might have the Pick Dogs dog of the day instead of Sports Chat dog of the day. Instead. I'm trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, by football season, it'll be rocking and rolling. So.
Well, it just seems that to me that Pick Dogs is more the channel that's more the channel, you know, and Sports Chat is more the website. So, I mean, it's nice to have the video there, though. But it seems that I'd rather you always seem to do better if you concentrate the effort, you know. And I think segmenting it out is not doing that. YouTube's analytics are broken, and I'm not even sure if they're going to fix them. Like, there was an area where you could see that they were broken, and now they just kind of, like, blacked them out, like the space. So, it's like, I don't even know how many subscribers we have. This is accurate. But it's like on my YouTube account, I can't see it anymore. Just strange. 42,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're not subscribed, by all means, subscribe. Hit the notifications. Do whatever you need to do. Of course, get our premium. It is, it's a deal. We don't hit them all. And I tell you, we don't even have a winning day every day. I tell you, man, it's all Romanelli's fault. I think it's
just if you're getting, even if you just decided to follow Rod, who's I think the hottest of us three
right now,
you know, you're getting your value for $30 a month or $50. So
this week, yeah, and it's like that's the whole idea. It's like we all. I mean, you can hear us on the show every day. I mean, how often do we all agree on a pick? It's rare. So it's why would we agree on the show? You know, why would we agree on our premiums? Anyways. Whew. Get into Major League Baseball. We got a full card again. 14 games. Nationals finally going to play. I thought they were playing a doubleheader, but they're not. I guess the doubleheader's tomorrow or something. I don't know. Figure it out. Casey Mize takes the mound for the Tigers. I did that video, and I just, for some reason, it didn't get posted. It's because I got so many things going on. It's like I just missed it. So I posted it this morning. I shot it yesterday when I normally shoot. You could always tell when I shot my videos. Like, so 90. Here's the giveaway. We don't have that many people watching. It's Tuesday, so we got about 700 people watching. So here's the dead giveaway. Okay, you could always tell when I shot my videos because you could look at the counter in the background right there, and we get enough subscribers that it moves pretty frequently. So you can see if I'm like, if you watch that and you see like I'm a couple hundred behind this, then I shot it, right when the lines come out. If it's closer to the number that we have when the show comes on, then it's probably close. Then the video is shot close to the show. But that's the only thing that I have. I don't like have a clock or something in the background, which I might add. I got actually a different way. I'm gonna stop putting the icons of the teams on the screen. It just bugs me when I'm doing the videos.
Too bad you don't want the tracks the YouTube Premium subscribers.
The
number. I guess that's always a lower number, so.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's a lot. You have a good amount. I appreciate every one of you guys too. That's for sure, man. I know it's like the least expensive product. All that stuff. I don't care, man. Believe me, I work hard for my money. You guys can see how hard I work. So
I think the sites will be copying it by football season. That's my prediction.
I don't care. I don't. And you know what will happen then, Brian? Same thing happens with everything else I do. That gets copied.
You're on to something else then.
I'll be on something else.
And I'll be late to the party.
I always say that. Well, there's another thing. There's another thing that I'm actually looking at, which I think might even be better than this. So I'm already looking into it. Something's wrong with our video. It looks to be slowing down or something, right? Let's do baseball. Sure. We got the Twins, Tigers, the Nationals, Braves, Angels, Astros. Pitching change there. Dylan Bundy in now for the Angels, as opposed to Canning. And then Yankees, Orioles. So Brian's all excited because he got one right.
That's right. Yankees kicked the crap out of the Orioles yesterday. Yeah.
Got one right. Brian got one right.
I got one right, yeah. I'm going to go back to like my good buddy probably has them too today, but I'm going to take the Yankees minus the 1.5. Looking at this pitching matchup, I don't see how the Orioles can keep it within 2. I mean, stranger things have happened, but that's my least like play. I think the best value on the board is Mize and the Detroit Tigers at plus money. I'm 2-2 on the year betting the Detroit Tigers, but still up plus money. And J.A. Happ for the Twins doesn't impress me. I think the Tigers hit them around. And I'm going to take the Angels and Bundy. The Angels have played lights out so far this season. Took care of the Astros yesterday. I think they get another W today at a light number, minus 105. So give me the Angels, Yankees minus 1.5, and the Tigers best value pick.
Rod?
And for me, I'll take the Twins over Casey Mize. I think Happ. We'll see how he does here, but I think he'll do all right. It's Casey Mize. This is positive COVID test, but he'll be ready to go. I'll take Houston over the Angels. I like Zach Greinke. He looked real good on opening day, and sure Bundy got the win, but this Houston team's just been rolling. I ain't stepping in front of that train. Give me Houston over the A's. And I'll take the Yankees too. Dean Kramer. Yeah, he didn't look good in spring either, so he got roasted. I think the Orioles get roasted here. The Yankees on the run line. And the Atlanta and Washington, I'll take under 8.
I just started delivering for DoorDash.
I think that's too many runs there. Pitchers duel here. The Braves, we just haven't seen them hit anything and score and break out. And against Max Scherzer, not a good spot for them to break out and start hitting runs. So give me the under in that one.
I like the Orioles in that one. I'd rather go down swinging at plus 250 than take the run line with Garrett Cole at minus 300 any day of the week, man. That's just against every bit of everything.
It's minus 150 with the run line.
I don't care what it is. It's against every bit of everything that I'm made of. Everything that has made me a successful sports bettor over my entire life. That is.
Well, I'd never give it out as a premium pick. I'm just saying if I had to pick, I think your smart money would. I don't know. I don't see how the Orioles are going to stay close in that one.
Which is what makes the Orioles so freaking obvious here. I mean, you of all people. I mean,
yeah, I usually like that kind of thing, but I saw his spring training numbers, and I don't know.
Yeah, did you see Quintana's spring training numbers? He got lit up. I mean, Quintana had a .29 ERA and like 50 strikeouts in spring training. He got bludgeoned.
This guy gave up 5 runs to the Pirates in spring training.
This guy gave up 5 runs in the first inning last night. I mean, somehow the Astros managed to lose that game, which was just hideous. But
I think maybe you go minus 2.5 for the Yankees. Get some value back.
I'd rather take the Orioles. Just on principle alone. It's like,
yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and act like a hero because I took the highest paid pitcher in baseball and a roster full of all-stars at a 1.5 against the bottom feeder for the last 20 years. It's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing that game. And if you want those kind of picks, you go over to and you go to a different site, and there's a guy named the Iceman, and that's his picks. I am not doing that, man. I'd be embarrassed to give out that pick. I'm on the Orioles here, money line. You know what? I'm going to throw a little on the reverse run line here. What is it? Let's find out exactly what this is. I'm going to do it right here on the show.
There's no way in hell.
Brian, I'm embarrassed for you. I got to say that. I'm gonna take it for you. I'm embarrassed
Red Sox
for you.
Yesterday, Boston got.
Maybe you should get a Gonzaga hat. Here, I'm gonna PayPal you $100 to put on the reverse run line here for the Orioles, just so you feel better about yourself in the morning.
You thought I was crazy when I took the Red Sox yesterday. That was it. Layup.
You won one. Congratulations. It's like I could tell you 100 games that went the other way. When we've had these discussions. But I never bring them up, right? I mean, it's rare that I bring them up. But it's like, congratulations. But this one, I'd rather lose the $100 than bet on the Yankees. I'm not going to give it out as a premium pick or anything like that. I'd rather lose $100 than make that bet that you gave out. I would. I'd rather lose $100.
It's a free lean. It's not a.
It's not even worth. It's not even worth. It's not even worth a free pick. That's how shitty of a pick it is. That's how bad it is.
Just a smidge under 4 times your money. I see plus 375 for your reverse run line at minus 1.5.
Yep, I got plus 372, and that's exactly where I'm at. $100 pays 372. You know what? Screw it, man. I'm going 200. How about that?
If the Yankees don't win by 2 today, they should just stop playing baseball.
Well, Garrett Cole is not that good, man. I got news for you. This guy is not that good. This is the most overrated pitcher in a long time to come down the pipe. This guy, when he had the one big year in Houston, but outside of that, this guy is the king of the one-inning blow-up. And since the middle of last season, we have not seen quality baseball come out of this guy. This is the spot, man. This is the spot. Run. Don't walk. When is the last time we saw Garrett Cole have a quality outing since the first month of last season? When is it? It wasn't the playoffs, right? When Kyler Glasnow beat him up like a drum. Once he had it, once Glasnow beat him in the regular season and the Rays beat him in the regular season, he was done. His confidence was shot, and he was never any good after that. Let's look at his. Let's look at his record.
8 strikeouts over 5 innings. He have 2 runs against Toronto, who has a pretty nice lineup. So
look at the Orioles lineup and what they did in Boston. You don't think these guys are hitting the cover off the ball?
Oh, I can't believe I'm arguing for the Yankees.
I can't believe it either. You know what's a good thing to say when you have a pick like that, Brian? Nothing at all. I'm going to provide some great value to our audience.
I have to be
Yankees
honest.
run line.
If I think the Yankees, I'm not Rod took the Yankees.
What is that? Who is this person? Who are you? What have you done with Brian?
I'm not the only one.
I'm sad. I'm sad. God, the cheese stands alone over here. Man, I'm sad for you. I am. Wow. Just say nothing is better than saying Yankees run line. You gonna have Dodgers run line too? Throw that in.
Nope. Nope. I have a premium on that game, so I can't discuss that one.
How about Max Scherzer at minus 120? It's crazy. Against a Braves team that hasn't got a hit.
Max Scherzer didn't do well this
No, he's regressing too. Him and Cole are both regressing. We got
Clayton Kershaw and him are regressing.
We got the Marlins, who gave up 3 runs in the first inning and never got a whiff against the Cardinals. They got a few hits in there, but nothing much. I thought they were one of the more disappointing teams yesterday. But that's the whole thing with baseball. It's a 162-game schedule. It's like it's one game. You could lose by 18 one day and win the next. Happens all the time. Oh, gosh. This is one. So they're charging admission for this game. The Reds and the Pirates. Wade Miley up against Trevor Cahill. This is going to be a long day at the ballpark. If you're heading to the ballpark, you're going to want to pack a late snack because these guys can give it up in bunches. Then you got the Phillies, Chase Anderson against Marcus Stroman. The battle of the underachievers here, right? 2 underachievers going at it. And how about that Mets bullpen? You knew it was baseball season when the Mets bullpen was came in, right? It's like, oh, my gosh. And then here's, speaking of Tyler Glass now, here he is against Martin Perez at Fenway after the Rays were pretty much held at arm's length by the Red Sox and Nick Pivetta. I think that I don't know, man. The Rays just were flat yesterday. It was like they were flat, and
I think Pivetta was just good.
Pivetta was good, but he wasn't great. The Rays were flat, and it's it happens. I think the cold weather has something to do with it, and I think also they first game it's now they were the first road trip they were in Miami. It's close now. They're in Boston. It's kind of we'll see what happens there, but I'm not not buying into the Boston Red Sox based on that. That's for sure. Can't believe you took the Yankees. That's pathetic, man.
When they win 10-0, you'll know.
Who cares, man? Who cares? I'd rather either lose or not say anything.
I heard you say the other day I'd rather win the game or something like that.
Not that one. Win. Not that, man.
We'll see. It's just a lean, God damn it.
Ridiculous.
Just a lean. I'm not proud of myself, but
I don't know how you look at yourself in the mirror after saying that. Can only hope Baltimore scores 7 runs in the first. Anyways, any of these 4 gems?
Yeah, it's a relatively square play. I'm gonna take the Phillies at plus money at home with Chase Anderson. Stroman's had a brutal spring, and I think the Phillies' momentum keeps rolling here, and you get 5 innings out of Chase, and the bullpen for the Phillies has been pretty solid. So I'm going to take the value there in the Phillies. And that's the only one out of that group.
All right. Rod?
For me in that group, I'm gonna take. I think Boston can string 2 wins together. If you look, Glass now the only team that he had problems with was the Boston Red Sox last year. They gave him lots of trouble. He allowed 9 runs over 11 innings over 2 starts against Boston last year. Is he going to make up for that this year? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm going to take Boston. I think they get back-to-back wins there. And as much as I bash Stroman, I think Stroman comes out and has a really good, solid pitching here. Can the Mets get a big enough lead for him? But I'm going to take the Mets. I think the Mets get their first win.
So here's a comment. Can't believe people are on the O's. Watch Cole dial up a shutout. Maybe he does. But there's no value in betting, run line negative odds like that. There's zero value, man. It's like there's 14 games on the board. And it's like, if that's what you're betting, I can guarantee you you might have a winning day and you might win that bet. If that's your style of betting, I can guarantee you're gonna have a losing season. Brian doesn't have a premium pick on that game. I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna call him out and say you don't have a bet on that, right? You don't have a bet on the Yankees.
$60.
You bet on the Yankees run line, $60. And what do you win on that? 40, 30, $30? You win?
It's about a 35.
Yeah. Wow, that's really.
It's just for interest. That's not anything. But when he says people are on the Orioles, who's people? I don't.
Me, I'm people. I'm people.
You're one person.
I'm a person. Person is on the Orioles.
Me and Rod both agree on the Yankees. We have a consensus.
You're both foolish and lack vision. Rod also liked the over in the Gonzaga Baylor game.
That was close. It was real close.
It was close.
Usually when 2 out of 3 agree, usually it's a good thing.
What else we got here? Rod, any of these? You gave them out, right? You did yours?
I gave out what yeah.
All right. I like the over in Cincinnati in that Reds-Pirates game. So yesterday I was doing the videos, and I did this on the halftime show, the same thing. It was the first time I've ever done videos without putting my headphones in. And sure enough, like stuff that was on my computer, like commercials and stuff were running. And that happened during my Reds-Pirates video, so I didn't post that on the site. And but I like the over in that one. I think Great American Ballpark, you could pretty much pick the over almost every game. It's going to be.
Under kind of looks sharp in that one.
I know, just like it looked sharp in that in that game yesterday. That was like 19-3 or something. It was like, the over looked really sharp in that one. Yeah, it's really good play. The Tigers game, right? It was like, oh man, that game went on all day. It was like so many runs. It started late and ended late. Just cash out so I could throw that money on Baylor, right? It's like, I'm just like everybody else. Like, I need that for my Baylor money. I actually parlayed my late premium pick with Baylor with that money, which was a real nice payer. Cubs against the Brewers. Freddie Peralta pitched, 2 innings in that Twins-Brewers game, that 6-5 game. He gave up 2 hits, and he struck out 6 in 2 innings, and he also walked a couple guys. It's like, this is one of the oddest pitching lines you'll ever see, but he had 6 strikeouts in 2 innings and, had a bunch of other stuff in between. He threw 58 pitches in 2 innings. He had a game. That's like a game for some guys. Tanner Roark for the Blue Jays against Dane Dunning. Dunning, one of those guys with the world of potential, right? These world of potential guys. We'll have to see. He was involved in that Adam Eaton trade to the White Sox. He was included. It was him and Lucas Giolito and a couple other guys.
How awesome was that crowd yesterday in Texas?
It was awesome, cool. Man. It was great to see it. They're wearing masks, but still, I could see no masks.
Were they masks optional, or did they make them wear?
I'm not sure. They didn't really say, but it was packed. Packed. Herman Marquez against Luke Weaver in Colorado. Luke Weaver's. So, how would you like to be the GM that did this trade? We'll give you Paul Goldschmidt for Luke Weaver. I mean, how come no one ever calls them out on that? I mean, that's ridiculous. Any of those 3, Brian? Adbert, Azole?
I think like your Arizona play the other day, I think you're a day off on the Texas Rangers. I think they get it done today at home. I'm not a big Tanner Roark fan, and I don't know how long Dunning can go. I think that might be the key to the Rangers win today, but I like the plus money at home with Texas.
Freddie Peralta, 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, 53 pitches. No runs. That's like a game for some people. Is that it on those 3, Rod?
Yep.
For me, in these 3, I like the only one I like is Jays and Texas to go under the 9.5. These teams, both teams, just aren't scoring enough runs to be able to get over the 9.5. So give me the under 9.5 in this one. Jays are 0-4 to the under. I don't see them all of a sudden breaking out and scoring 20 today. So give me the under 9.5 in that one.
I like the Rangers against the Jays. I like the Brewers against the Cubs. Got the A's and the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw on the mound again. And I don't know, man. You got a very public dog in that game.
Huh?
Yep.
How do you figure?
Well,
Where do you see that?
I see it all over the YouTube comments and Facebook.
Oh, I'm looking at the sample betting numbers. I don't see Oakland as a public dog. No way. Dodgers are majorly getting action in that one.
It's the Dodgers. They're going to get it, and they're going to get run line action.
That's actually going down a little bit.
Padres and the Giants and the Mariners and the White Sox.
No, I think I'm going to take the San Francisco Giants plus the 1.5. I really don't like Aaron Sanchez on the mound for Giants, but they're a scrappy bunch, and this line just looks like it's going to be a one-run game to me. I think San Francisco plus the 1.5. And Seattle, with James Paxton coming home to pitch, I know Giolito's good, but it looks way too square to take Chicago. So I'm going to go Seattle on the money lines for some plus money dog hit.
James Paxton is built out of spaghetti pasta.
Right, spaghetti pasta.
He's got enough to beat the White Sox, that's for sure. Their 2-3 record.
Have you seen James Paxton? It's like this guy, it's like he's been injured his entire career. Rod?
I agree. I like the Giants here. Yu Darvish didn't look so hot in his first pitching game of the year. So give me the Giants. Looks like Yu Darvish might be regressing back to where he was. And I'll take the White Sox. I think the White Sox just keep rolling right over the Mariners. I don't like Paxton at all. And then we only have to lay minus 140. Okay, I'll do it. Give me the White Sox.
It was a lot less than that, I think. It's the White Sox traditionally just own the Mariners. I like the A's in this one against the Dodgers. I take the A's all the time. I lost 3 games in that first series against the Astros. Probably lose again, but I'm going to take them here. Eventually, the A's will start paying off for me. They always do. Kershaw looks a little bit on the shot side, but the thing is, man, that Dodger lineup is just ridiculous. They're really good. One of the better lineups you'll ever see. Anyways.
Philly's lineup is pretty sturdy.
I don't see any hardware to back that up.
No. I'm just talking about lineup. I'm just talking about lineup.
I don't even see a playoff berth to back that up.
Well, they are 4-0. So.
Yeah, well, they get this. That's a team an organization fully capable of going 0-58 the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Baseball's got some serious ass issues.
Yep.
With the way that they run their thing, and I think they're in court, right? So I think
at least we have some day games with the baseball today. So You know?
Yeah, I mean, baseball, that's the nice thing is that at least once or twice a week during the week we'll get day action, throughout the entire season. Always the opening couple weeks we get a lot of day games, but then throughout the week, usually on Wednesdays and or Thursdays, you get some day games, moving day, They do the get out of town games, where they get out, the games are early so that the team's going to the next city. But tomorrow, once again, a lot of day games for baseball as well. We've got 12:05 start tomorrow. It must be the doubleheader. Yeah, the doubleheader is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, it is tomorrow. You got Matthew Boyd gets his second start of the year, Brian.
It's tempting.
Start banking up that roll up against Kenta Maeda. Oh, Trevor Bauer against Jesus Luzardo. You might be able to get a good minus 160 run line on that one.
Yeah, we'll see.
That could really be a nice one for you, Brian. That could be like maybe minus 170. Lay a run and a half, get minus 170. Charge maybe $99 or something like that.
Maybe.
Kyle Gibson's pitching tomorrow. Yeah, looking forward to that. Anyways, let's get to the NHL. Mitchie Puck skates off a winner once again yesterday. Maybe I should start doing NHL premium picks.
I think you should. You'd be like 20-2.
Something like that.
You're throwing away winners.
I'm not throwing them away. I'm giving them out for free. It's even better.
I think Calgary lost again, too.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a few winners in the Pucks yesterday. Wasn't the Flames, though.
No, of course not. They're like your Angels.
I had the Coyotes yesterday. They cashed. I had the Golden Knights. They cashed. And I think that was it. Oh, Canadians. That was a casher. Rod turned me on to that one. I think there's a lot of good hockey bets today, honestly.
Gonna parlay him up with the Yankees run line.
No, but I think the Yankees run line might be a good thing to add to another game and increase your payout because it's going to be an easy layup winner there.
Foolish and lack vision. We've got the Devils against the Sabres, the Islanders against the Capitals, the Rangers against the Penguins, and the Bruins against the Flyers, as well as the Panthers against the Hurricane and the Blue Jackets and the Lightning.
That's a lot.
Or we'd scale it back. We'll go Devils, Sabres, Islanders, Capitals, Rangers, Penguins, Bruins, Flyers. Those four.
I'm going to take the Flyers plus money again. They got the win in overtime against Boston here. I think they followed up with another winner, and you're getting plus money. And the New York Rangers, minus 115. It just looks like the Penguins are the square play here, giving you plus money to take Pittsburgh, who's been dominant. But I think the best bet of the day in hockey is the New York Rangers on the money line tonight.
Taking a flyer on the Flyers. Rod?
For me, I'm going to go with, I'm going to take Buffalo again over Jersey here. I'm not laying minus 150 with New Jersey Devils. No chance. This Buffalo team playing better hockey. Give me the Buffalo Sabres. Upset the New Jersey Devils. I like Washington. They're just a better team here. And you're going to give me a nice plus money with them. I'll take them. Give me the Washington Capitals over the New York Islanders. And Pittsburgh's the better team over the Rangers. I know Pittsburgh hasn't been so good on the road, but New York hasn't been so good at home. So give me the Penguins over the Rangers today. And I'm with you. Give me the Flyers. They already beat Boston last night, and I think they can bounce back and do it again. This Boston team, a bunch of overpaid bumps. Give me the Flyers.
I'm going to take the Islanders on the puck line here. Lay the goal and a half at plus. I'm getting plus 187 on this thing. I just think on a value standpoint, the value is there. I think the teams, record-wise are fairly even. The Capitals might be a little bit better team. I don't know. I don't watch hockey. But just looking at the numbers that surround this game lead me to believe that the Islanders have a significant edge here in this game. And I think with their 14-4 market on the puck line at home, that it leads me to believe that plus 190 is there for the taking. The Caps just 10-9 on the road on the puck line, so they're not a horrible puck line road team. So it's not like a best bet of the day type bet. But this is one where you could see, the Islanders have only lost once at home all season long, and so obviously they play well at home, right? They've lost one game at home, so I think you throw that in with the 14-4 home puck line mark, and you throw in a 190 price on top of it, and say, probably worth it. I'm going to take a shot at 2-1 on my money. Why not? I'm betting a sport that I never watch a game to begin with. So what the hell's the difference? Might as well find a value spot there. And I think that's it. I do believe that that's a solid value. I think the Flyers are a decent play, but I kind of think the Bruins have the edge in that game, looking at the numbers. Just like I said, I never see a game, so I don't know any of the players' names or anything. But I do think, looking at the numbers-wise, that I think I like the Bruins there over the Flyers. I think that that there's some value here with the Penguins as well, but what you want to do in that one is probably just stay away. It's because you're not going to get the puck line with the Penguins, and you would pay way up for it anyway if you wanted it. So they're either going to
be true. That's what that is.
Yeah, they're either going to win the game or they're going to get blown out. And so it's like there's too many different scenarios there. I'd rather have my money on that Islanders puck line where there's a high probability of cashing 2-1 on your money. That Devils Sabres game is pretty similar. You got to start. So when the Sabres were in the plus, 2-for-1 on your money game, then I was more enthusiastic about them. But here at plus 130, I could see Rod's angle there on winning the game, and the Devils are terrible and all that kind of good stuff, because 100% true. I'm just not sure that plus 130 is worth the risk. It's not. It's like put it at plus 190, plus 180. Yeah, I'm in. But plus 130, there's other places I'd rather be, like on the Orioles. So that's my take on those first 4 games. And like I said, I never even watch a game, but so far so good. Hurricane against the Panthers, Blue Jackets against the Lightning, Red Wings against Nashville, Chicago Blackhawks against the Dallas Stars, and the Sharks against the Ducks.
Yeah, for me, I'm just going to take one here, but it's a real solid one. The Columbus Blue Jackets are 2-2 against Tampa Bay, and both their losses were by 1 goal. I can see the fish patties lining up to take Lightning minus 1.5 at plus money all day here. I'll lay the juice, the minus 140 with the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 1.5.
Well, you saw it here, folks. Brian took a good solid one right on the show. Rod.
I'm going to go opposite of that. I think Tampa Bay comes in and whoops up Columbus today. I know Columbus has played them tight the last few games, but you're going to give me a nice plus money on the puck line with Tampa. I'll take it. Give me Tampa on the puck line. Vasilevsky's going to get the start. He's been absolutely just the wall, lights out. 23-5 on the year, 1.96 goals against average, 932 save percentage. He's getting the start. He's going to get the win. Tampa wins this game 4-1, 5-1 in that one. And I'm going to take Carolina at home. I think that's a 1-goal game all day. I'll take Carolina at home. Dallas is starting to pick it up, starting to get wins. Blackhawks going the other way. Totally going the opposite way. I'll take the Stars in that one. And Sharks and Ducks. Yuck. 2 bad teams, but Sharks have been playing better. So even the Sharks to win it in regulation, knock off some of the minus 174. The Ducks are just awful, and the Sharks have owned them. So give me the Sharks in regulation in that one.
So someone here saying about my premium MLB picks yesterday. The thing is that the early show, I just wanted to give out a game that was early, and I just I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just given out the Twins. It was easy money sitting there. And the Late Show, I had a massive baseball winner. So I'll get there. My baseball, I'm definitely need to feel my way through it. I'm more of a game watcher, except for this hockey. I don't watch anything at all. I don't even know any of the players. I couldn't name 5 players.
Now look how you're doing in hockey.
Oh, I know.
Key.
I know.
Maybe you just need to look at numbers.
Yep. Oh no, I need to. Well, the thing is, I don't have any numbers to look at. So it makes it nearly impossible. It's like if you don't have the numbers to look at until we see, that Mets bullpen has a 7. I mean, you had the Mets, right, yesterday? You didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I went square yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, you had the Mets. It's like
I thought he didn't pitch more than 6
we didn't have any numbers. We didn't have. We knew it's the Mets bullpen, but we didn't have any numbers to know that was coming.
He had only thrown 74 pitches.
We didn't know. We didn't know that Houston was going to walk the bases loaded and then start hitting people. I mean, you throw at Ohtani, it's like this is it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. That game. It was pathetic, man. It was like we don't have enough data to handicap the bullpens, and that's what you need to do to win in baseball. But anyways, looking at this stuff, the big play here is the Blue Jackets at home on the puck line is kind of like Brian's 1.5 Yankees. I don't know what it pays them to check, but that is the play here. Is the Blue Jackets on the puck line. So at plus 1.5, it's minus 148. So you have to pay up for it, but that's a winner.
Vegas wasn't built on Tampa Bay minus 1.5 plus money plays.
No, but that one though, the Blue Jackets, the numbers totally suggest here that they'll at least cover the puck line and not win that game. Just looking at the numbers, Tampa Bay is not the hottest coming in here, and they're a lousy road puck line team. Less than 30% of the time do they cover the puck line on the road. So it's like you have a team that covers the puck line almost 60% of the time at home against a team that covers the puck line only 30%. So when you're looking at the numbers, you're already at a statistical advantage there. And then throw in that the Blue Jackets win more than 50% of the time at home as well. And to Lightning, to their credit, they win about 60% of the time on the road straight up, but they don't cover the puck line. They're, like I said, they're 30% on the puck line on the road. It's like, I just think the numbers add up, and and I know to a lot of people out there, I just said a bunch of numbers, and it might not all come together like that. But for me, my thought process, the way that I put it all together, and my handicapping, you just saw like a mini version of it right there. And I've tried to show you guys through these NHL games. There's value there on the puck line, but the minus 145 is not as good as some of the value that we saw earlier in some of the other games. But there is value there because the numbers totally suggest that the Blue Jackets will at least cover the puck line here. At least. Does that make sense? I don't know. Did that make sense? Right.
Too good to be true.
It is kind of too good to be true. The way that it all lines up.
I was looking at some of the gems from the too good to be true guy. Minus 199 favorite. It's a too good to be true blockbuster.
There's actually a little bit of value here on the Blackhawks, but if they were a favorite, as opposed to a mild dog here, there would be actually more value on them on the puck line than there is here as a dog at minus 105, which is a little less attractive. It's kind of like if you had to force a play, it would be Chicago. When we look at Nashville, Detroit, that's a flat out avoid. That's what that is. And then the Sharks and Anaheim. Wow. Oh man, it's what you have there is a strong. See, this is the hot diggity dog right there, right? We take the massive puck line, right?
It's more like that's why I took the Sharks in regulation, because I think that's a 1-goal game all day. But I don't want to be.
It's like
+1.5 is -155. It's like, eugh.
Yeah.
It's a one-goal game either way you slice it, so
yeah,
that's why.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's a one-goal game is exactly what that is. And I think that Nashville game against Detroit is a coin flip. So it's maybe you take Detroit. Maybe. But the Sharks against the Ducks is, yeah, it's a mess. I like the other games better. All right, so the Mitchie Pucks pick is going to be the Islanders on the puck line. That's what I'm taking in that one. I just think there's a lot of value there. And I would parlay up the Islanders puck line with the Bruins and the Blue Jackets on the puck line. I know nothing about any of these players. I mean, I'm just saying, looking at the numbers, but maybe this is what is missing from some of my other handicapping. Is that I'm not doing this as good. Well, with baseball, I just don't have the data. Baseball, I handicap very similar, but I don't have the data right now. This, we have a ton of data. Tons. Good data. Rod, you got a parlay for these nice people?
Yeah, we're going to take the Blazers plus the points, the Heat minus the points, and we're going to throw in Buffalo on the money line.
Sounded convincing there. Brian?
I'm going to take the Golden State Warriors plus the points, Miami Heat minus the points, and the Columbus Blue Jackets plus a puck and a half. I hit my parlay yesterday, so let's go for 2. And if you're feeling adventurous, toss that Yankees in -1.5. That's a layup.
Taking the Orioles, throwing in the Oakland Athletics, and the Orioles, A's, and the over in the Reds Pirates. So let me see what that pays real quick on our parlay calculator. It is. We should start using the parlay calculator again, because now we're in baseball with these run lines, so we get big payouts. Orioles. Let's see, the over is -113, and then with the Orioles is where is it? There it is. Orioles, and then the Oakland interleague game is +150. Parlay them up. Oh, this is a beauty, man. So $100 pays $1,531.20. $50 pays $765. $10 pays $153.12. You can't beat that with a stick. $20 pays $306. Am I bitching at you, Brian? Someone here says, Cody Bush says that they're here to watch sports and not hear me bitch at Brian. I don't think I've been bitching at Brian. If you want me to not do the show, we could just have these guys do it without me. I'd rather be sleeping, to be honest with you. But I took the Orioles, the A's, and the over in the Reds Pirates game. Rod, you want to repeat your parlay? Because you kind of had the pause in there. Is Buffalo with someone?
Yeah, we're taking the Blazers plus the points, the Heat minus the points, And Buffalo on the money line.
So
over
a little
New Jersey.
bit of you get a little bit of extra on there because the Buffalo money line.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, what was your parlay? Try to make it back to back.
Columbus plus a puck and a half.
I like that.
Miami Heat minus the points, and the Golden State Warriors plus the points. And I tossed in the Yankees on the
That's
run line. I
joking.
made it 4.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Have a great day. We're going to try and act more professional tomorrow. Of course, we'll be posting that premium show pick in just a moment. Have a great day.